Hey, welcome back to another episode of TuneQuest. Just before we begin, the link to the free online course and community is below. Alright, in today's episode, we're looking at our favorite Ed and his Christmas song, Under the Tree, okay? Let me give you a little preview. It's gonna sound like this. Okay, so something like that, right? Now, that's what I'm going to call level 2. There are 3 main parts that we need to learn in the song. There's a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. And as we go through them the first time, I'm going to keep it strictly level 1. So we're just going to play chords in the left hand, and we're going to just play the melody in the right hand, okay? Level 1. And then as we progress through those again, the second time, I'm going to show you how you can play it in a more advanced way like what I just did. Okay, let's jump straight in with the verse. Okay, we're going to start by playing in this upper register here, okay? Now, let's start with the left hand. The chords start with C major, okay? Now, this song is in the key of C major, meaning that this is our root chord, our home bass, and we're only using white notes. So we're going to start with a C, and there's this nice descending pattern, okay? So we have C, and then we move to this G major over B, okay? So that's G major first inversion. We're just keeping that thumb on the G here, and we're just lowering these fingers. And then that descends to an A minor, which descends to a G major, which descends to an F major, which is our lowest chord in this progression. And then that goes back up to G before returning to the C. Okay, now let's talk about the timing of this progression. It's counted in threes, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to hold these first chords for 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then with these next 2 chords, we're going to hold them for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the progression in the left hand. Now with the melody, it's going to sound like this. Okay, let's look at what that melody is. First, we have this nice little walk-in thing going from E, F to a G. Okay? And the chord is going to land on that G. And then we have that same idea, right? Just jumping up to a C, right? Da, 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 do, 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 da. Right? Slowly. Okay? And then as we go to the A minor, we have this walking thing where we go C, D, E, E, D, C. Okay? So... Right, so... Right, so that's... Okay, and then it goes again up, right, up to the E as we land on the F, and then it goes down like this, right? So, and then the same idea again, walking up, and then here on the E we go F E D. Okay, so let me play that whole section slowly for you. Okay, so that's the verse, right? And that's level 1. Okay, gonna keep it simple. Now, of course, you can do that whole thing down here, and that's totally fine, okay? Right? Yeah, that's fine, right? You can do that. Alright, let's move on to the pre-chorus, which is gonna sound like this. Okay, so what's going on there? Firstly, the chords are F, C, G, A minor, F, C, G. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the pre-chorus, right? Now, the melody has this interesting interplay where it's like da 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 chord, da da chord, da da chord, da da. Okay, so there's this kind of interplay between the hands, right? So you start with this descending, right? You go E, D, C, and then the chord, right? Okay, so da da da, and then note, note, chord, right? So this idea, and then F, E chord, E, D chord, D, E chord. Same thing. And then you're going to land on B the second time around, okay? So let me play that whole section slowly. D, 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 d. One, two, three. Okay, so that's the pre-chorus, and now let's move on to the chorus. It's going to be something like this. Okay, so that's the main idea with the chorus, right? Now, I love this progression, okay? So this is really interesting. What we have here to start off this progression is actually a C major, but it's in its first inversion, okay? Right? Because this is the C major triad, right? Which we've already looked at. To have a first inversion triad, you basically take the root and you put it up an octave. And that's what you get here. And it's kind of a different sound. And what's happening here is this really beautiful voice leading from the C major to an F major. Listen to that. That's so nice, right? That's how this chorus is starting. I think that's really beautiful. By the way, if you want to learn all about triads and inversions, I talk about this in my course. I have a whole video on that. The whole course is like 9 modules. There's heaps of free material there, so definitely check that out. I want to help you unlock the keyboard and be able to express yourself with the piano. Okay, so the first chord is that, right? 1, 2, 3, and then F major, right? And then we have C major. No, sorry. Here we go. Yeah, actually we do go to a C major again, just some root position, right? So 1, 2, 3, F, C, G, right? C over E, F, C, G. And that's the chorus progression, okay? Now, with the melody, in fact, there's this walk-up thing from C, D, E, C, right? Da, 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 da. And then you jump up to the F with the pinky and you descend, right? F, E, D, C. Again, just those bits together. And then D, E, B. Okay, this is a really great example of really good melody writing. This is the first Ed Sheeran song I've covered on the channel. I should do more. Please let me know which Ed Sheeran songs you want to see. But man, his melody writing is just on point. It's so good. So... and then that repeats. And then it goes like this. It goes C, D, E, C, D, G with the pinky, C. So C, D, da, do. And then it descends from the G. Right? G, F, E, C. And then it's the same after that. Right, so again, just that section. There we go. And then that one. Okay, so that's the verse, that's the chorus, and now we've covered the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus, level 1, okay? Now we're going to progress to level 2, and we're going to go through it again. I'm going to show you how you can play some more advanced stuff, over this progression, over this Christmas song, alright? Let's take a look. So we go back to this progression. there's kind of like a little bit of a moment before the next verse. It goes like this. Okay, so what is that? The first thing that we're doing here is we are kind of arpeggiating the left hand. Right, so first I've got this on the C chord, I'm just going C, G, right? Oh, dude. Something like this. Right? And then, going to this next chord, I'm just kind of doing the same thing, but now the pinky's on the B. Right, so... Okay, and then on the A minor, I'm doing this arpeggio thing where you go root 5, octave 5. Right, root 5, octave. Actually, I'm playing that with the right hand. No, the left hand. And then falling back down. And the same thing, I'm doing it over the G, root 5, octave 5, and then I'm doing the same thing over the F. If you're familiar with my tutorials, I cover this in every tutorial, okay? It's super versatile. You go root 5, octave 5. It's just very versatile. It's very useful for us, right? And I'm doing the same thing over the final G, okay? Now what I'm doing in the right hand, I'm playing the chords, okay? So here, I'm just playing C and E, because that's the chord of the C major. The C major triad, right? And then, what I'm doing here, right, I've got that B with the thumb, and then I'm descending these notes here, F, E, D, and then we're landing here on the A and the C, right? So... Right, and then the same thing, I'm actually keeping my thumb there on the A, okay, while descending the same melody. Right, so here, and then again, I'm keeping my thumb there on the A as we land there. The melody lands on the C, and then the same idea, right, happens again, but you're just landing up here instead. Okay, let me play that whole part slowly for you. Okay, so that's like a little bridge moment, just kind of carrying us into that second verse, okay? Now, let me play you the second verse in level 2. Okay, so the melody... let's actually cover the left hand first. So again, I'm doing this root 5 octave 5 thing. It's going to be a recurring theme, okay? That's like the main thing I'm doing in the left hand. Right? Right, in this instance, we're going B, G, B, right? And then I'm kind of alternating between these. And then what I'm doing is this really cool arpeggio pattern where you go root 5 octave 9 3. Sorry, 2 3. Let's call it 2 3. Root 5 octave 2 3. Right? Okay, and we're going to do the same for the G. Root 5 octave 2 3. Same thing for F. It's a really beautiful arpeggio pattern that we can use. It sounds rather Christmassy as well, I feel, right? So, okay, so you could do something like that with the left hand, right? can see how that's what I'm doing with the left hand, right? Now, as for the melody, it's actually the same melody, but what I'm doing is I'm adding some extra notes from the chord that we're using, right? So, right, I'm going up that melody here, but also using that note from the C major triad. And then here I'm playing these two notes, D and G, right? So, and then you've got this beautiful D, G, and C. That C, of course, up there being the melody. And then what I'm doing here, as we go to that A minor chord, I'm actually playing this here, which is a C major triad and second inversion. Right, we've got G, C, and E, and that's over the A minor chord. And what that's giving us is this beautiful A minor 7, okay? Because this is the just a regular minor triad, A minor triad, but we're like lowering that A to a G, and it's giving us a 7. And then I'm keeping that thumb there, and then I'm raising the thumb as we go to the F major chord, and I'm landing on this A minor triad. Right? Melody descends, right? And then, as we go up to the G chord, I'm actually playing the same shape again. Melody goes like that. Okay, so let me play that whole section slowly for you. And also, we want to add a sense of dynamics, okay? So make it push and pull, make it, slow it down, make it softer if you want to. If you want to learn all about dynamics, I have a whole module on that in my course. Definitely check that out. Okay, so that's the verse in level 2. Now let's progress to the pre-chorus. It's going to sound like this. It's pretty much the same idea, and we're actually using that same arpeggio pattern where we're going root 5, octave 2, 3, right? F, C, G, A minor, F, C, G. Okay, and then again, we're doing the same thing where we're using the melody, but we're just kind of substantiating it with some extra notes. I've got this nice open voicing here, okay? So you've got your thumb on the G, second finger on C, and then pinky on that F to start off with, right? So first do that melody, and then and then you're resolving to that, and then you're going. We're just keeping that thumb on the G, okay? Kind of holding that note. Okay, so that's kind of like the pre-chorus, and then we have, of course, the chorus. Okay. Okay, so for that first chord, I'm kind of doing that, right? Octave, E, E, G. And then again, that same arpeggio pattern. Same arpeggio pattern for the C. And same for the G. So it's really just... Okay, that arpeggio pattern is so beautiful. Even if you just did that with the melody in the right hand, you would have this much more kind of intermediate to advanced sounding arrangement, I would say. It would just sound so beautiful. And then so with the right hand, we're doing exactly the same thing, just playing the melody, but playing the chords, the rest of the notes in the chords, right? So here I've got the rest of the notes in the C major triad, right? C, G and C, right? And then right as we go to the F major chord, I'm playing an F major triad here in first inversion, and of course descending the melody. And then landing here for the C. Again, we've got the 5th, G, and then C. And then going to a G, I've just got a G and a B. Okay, so let me play this slowly for you. Sorry. And then we have this. Right, so what I'm doing there, I'm just holding this G and C. Right, and then I'm still holding it as I descend the melody. Right? So okay, so that is Under the Tree, and there are a bunch of ideas there which hopefully you can work through, and you can kind of make up your own arrangement or just, yeah, play it as I taught it, and yeah, that's pretty much the song. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and please, if you did, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. It just helps these videos out. It really does. I really do appreciate it. Definitely check out the free online community and course. I'd love to see you in there, and I'd love to help you out. That's about everything. Stay inspired and enjoy your Christmas. I will do more Christmas songs and more Ed Sheeran. Let me know which ones. See you later.